Alright, guys. We've got SERRAL on the top left side of the map, REYNOR in the bottom right side, and it is going to be incorporeal for game one of this series. Look at me slowly learning how to say words correctly, but still having to say it kind of haltingly because it's not automatic yet. Gas pool goes down for both sides. So hatch gas pool here. It's a ZVZ for the ages, guys. This is an upper bracket semi-final. Winner will go through to face Clem in the winners finals, which will be an epic match, whichever one of these guys gets through. Be cool to see REYNOR actually upset SERRAL here. I think, you know, SERRAL's the favorite, but you got to keep in mind REYNOR. I know some people said he threw 2 games against SERRAL. He barely lost 2-3 to SERRAL, but kind of threw 2 of the games, is what people were saying at the Esports World Cup. I definitely think he made a few very large mistakes. I think there was a game on Tokamak where REYNOR killed his own Evo chamber, or cancelled his own upgrade accidentally just before his +2 finished. There was another game where he kind of was way ahead, went for a counterattack, and just let his whole army get surrounded. There was a few errors, right? A few blunders. And it definitely cost him big time. I think both of those maps were very winnable. Could have been a 3-1 in REYNOR's favor if he didn't make those big blunders, but SERRAL has a way of getting those out of you. Let's be real. SERRAL's so hard to put down, to put in the ground. He wriggles around even when you're on top of him. And he just keeps shifting his weight and trying all these different tricks. And it's so easy to get distracted and confused from what's really important and then make a crucial mistake. The match against Clem will be offline as well from the winner of this series. That is correct, yeah. Because top 4 players get to play offline at the finals in Paris, guys. Very rare to have offline events. Big ones like that in StarCraft these days. Going to France is like, I gotta tell you guys, it is the biggest treat. Anytime you get to compete in France or Poland, no offense to everywhere else. I think America's great as well, to be fair. But France, Poland, America, probably my 3 favorite kind of tournament crowds in terms of just people getting into it and being excited, and there being a lot of passionate nerds there. So be really cool experience for either of these guys to go there and try to destroy the hometown hero, Clem. Lings are coming out. Roachwarren's on the way as well. We've got 3rd Queen coming, 12 Zerglings. Baneling Nest is on the way. Alright, this is pretty chill. Roachwarren very early though for SERRAL, guys. It's hidden in the back. It's the Basilisk Roachwarren. You can see he's trying to deny the scouting on the front as well. Roachwarren goes down for REYNOR not much later. I'd say as long as your Roachwarren's down by 345, it's relatively safe. But you really do see these quicker and quicker Roachwarrens in these matchups because the power of Roach Bane is just so great. Alright, REYNOR winning the early trade, kills 1 extra Zergling, takes a 25 mineral lead. It's small, but it'll get the job done. Lair's finished, mate. Or Lair's started, I should say, for REYNOR. Lair before Evo Chamber. Is this Spire? He's trying to play Mutiling Bane, is he? That looks to me like a Mutiling Bane Spire. Yeah, quick 3rd gas. So REYNOR's going to build a few roaches. He's going to try and feint a roach attack, like move across, fake it out a little bit. Feint as in F-E-I-N-T. And, oh, does let a Baneling blow up on those Zerglings. Didn't want to let SERRAL into scout. He needs to hide this. And of course, SERRAL going Evo Chamber, as well as a lair of his own. Hiding the Evo Chamber as well. Interesting. Roaches come... They do manage to stop that Zergling. This is going to force Roaches out of SERRAL as well, but REYNOR has been very greedy, and that lair's almost finished. He's on 4 gases. Oh, he's going to have enough for a Spire the moment that finishes. Roaches and Lings don't continue. I would have liked to see REYNOR move across the map a bit further, but he turns around, plays it very safe, starts a Spire, and he goes for 6 gases. Extreme greed for REYNOR at the start of this series. This will allow him to pivot away from the Roach style. I'd love to see melee from that Evo Chamber and just play full Mutiling Bane. I think, you know, from this start where he's being greedy, that'll be very hard for SERRAL to deal with it. He's doing it. Oh, I love it. +1 melee starts up. All right, Overseer's going to come in and see these 2 gases on the 3rd, which I don't know how much of a tell this is. Oh, it is maybe. Let's see, SERRAL massing roaches right now. Still got 40 seconds until Mutas are going to be, well, probably 50 seconds until they're out. But 7 more drones and Overlord speed. That tells me that Serral's just chilling for now, looking for a 4th base. Okay. How many queens has he got? Only 3. He has no idea. SERRAL has not made the read, guys. He's going to try and scout with OV speed, and he's going to see the mutas as they pop. He's going to have to drop a Hydra Den and try to respond. I think Reynor's had an exceptional start, but still always scary if that Roach Hydra gets the correct engagement. He's going to go for just... This is just for a Baneling drop, I believe, guys. Obviously not going to find much with 10 mutas on the map. SERRAL's Roach speed just now finishing. REYNOR has completely skipped the Roach speed. Overseer flies in. SERRAL should be realizing what's happening. Yeah, he goes in with an Overseer in the main, sees the Mutalisks there as well. He knows what's up. Hydra Den goes down. 3 Spore Crawlers, Burrow, and Tunneling Claws. Doesn't have the gas for +2. Actually, SERRAL does have the gas for +2 range, but he's distracted right now as the Overlords are starting to go down. And this is not just a handful of Mutalisks, guys. This is mass Mutalisks. This is a massive amount. And look at this. Already 2 Overlords, 2 Overseers. That's a good bit of value, but 2-1 upgrades coming in for SERRAL. Hydra Den's almost there. REYNOR on 72 workers, going up to 80 workers now. Wow. He's going to need a lot of production. Baneling speed's crucial, because otherwise you could die to a Hydra timing, so he does go Bane speed. He also needs to get some Overseers out on the edges of the map. Overseer up here and Overseer up here to stop Roaches sneaking around. If burrowed Roaches get out and get into his bases, that could buy SERRAL a lot of time. Alright, Mutas will take care of the Zerglings, but not before 3 or 4 drones go down. Okay, only 3, not too bad. Oh, Ling's running in. This could be big. Gonna get himself a queen and then go after these drones, potentially in that mineral line. Yep. Well, the Hydra actually between the Spore Crawler creates a choke point, gonna stop this. Maulings and Roaches try to run on the left side. They don't really find anything. The Mutas are there. The Mutas could pick off a few of these Hydras. It'd be a good start. Oh, Burrow! That's slick. But Tunneling Claws has been revealed, of course, and he's gonna morph 3 Overseers. These 3 Roaches do go down. Back at home, Tunneling Claw Roaches are getting inside, popping up in the 4th. More of them inside the main base as well. He doesn't want to go home though. REYNOR wants to keep fighting with his Mutas on the front. Not sure if that's the right call. The Mutas are going to fight the Hydras. That's actually a brilliant engagement. Hot diddly damn. That is a brilliant engagement. So many Hydras and Queens going down. But what can he do to defend the Roaches at home? Well, the answer is bring the Mutalisks back. His Lings are going to struggle with this one. Great positioning for SERRAL as well. He does drop some Changelings there, does REYNOR, to try to trap these Roaches, so at least they can't move out of this base. But more Lings and Mutas coming out as the Mutas get here in numbers. Now those Roaches will start to drop. REYNOR hasn't taken significant economic damage just yet, but can't count your chickens before they hatch. He's got to split the Overseers up, and he does. There we go. A few Mutas with an Overseer down south, and a few up north. Gets rid of all but I think 1 Roach in this main base. 1 Roach, annoyance, but not going to be the end of the world. Oh, REYNOR's blocked his own base and he's forgotten about it. He put those on hold position and forgot about it, so he will actually block his own units. Just a little bit. This Roach is going to be a nuisance. REYNOR, he's down on workers now, and there are infestors on the way. But SERRAL, no hive tech, no lurker tech. So REYNOR's going to be paranoid about lurkers and vipers. He doesn't realize SERRAL's nowhere near that tech. But SERRAL, if he can land fungals on the Mutiling Bane, that could be massive. Mutas do come in, take out a Spore Crawler. Lings take out the infestor. And that is really good that he knows about the threat of those infestors now, because it's the 75% movement slow that could be game-changing. Does end up landing it on the Banelings. The hatchery's going to go down. Great snipe here for REYNOR. He's going to pull back down that left side. Hydras do pop a few of his Overseers, though, so it's not super cheap. Then again, it does not supply block him. Single Roach in the main base being a nuisance. REYNOR is going to send his Lings there, but not before losing a couple more drones. No Overlord speed for him, which means the Tunneling Claw Roaches can outrun if they've got space to room. And, oh, Mutas find a juicy pickup. That's really good for him. Gets the Spore Crawler. Does get a Roach as well, but the Infestors and Hydras are nearby. Massling Bane's going to be coming in. Ultras is the natural transition from here for REYNOR, but of course his economy's a bit too low. Only 72 workers. SERRAL. Oh, intercepts these Banelings. Can he defend them though? They can't one-shot drones. It will take 2 to land the death-dealing hit. And only 2 drones. Great defense, dude. I think REYNOR needs to start running Lings in from the right and left, and while his Mutas stay active. But the Tunneling Claw Roaches bought SERRAL a lot of time. He's got 3 Infestors, 18 Hydras, and with Fungal defending from the Banelings, and you've got the Hydras there behind it. Like, it's just kind of like, okay, well, Fungal Hydra beats this whole army. But if Reynor can find the money to squeeze in an Infestation Pit and go Ultras, Infestors are useless against Ultras. Hydra's not very good against Ultras either because of the high armor. Of course, Reynor committing to a timing first. He's not thinking about a 5th base. He's not thinking about a macro hatch. He's only got +1 flyer weapons. He does have +2 melee on the way now, though. That is 31 Mutalisks. Whew. I think I'd like to see Reynor play a harassment game. I'd like to see Mutas go around the back. I'd like to see Banes roll into the mineral lines from the flanks, Lings poke around, but I also want to see that Ultra transition, which it looks like he just wants to go for a massive surround, and that's going to be hard to make work. Here we go. This is the deciding moment. Can SERRAL hold on those 4 Infestors? He needs the Fungals. Great Fungal on that left side. Amazing Fungals here, but the Banelings are starting to stream through. Will they get on top of anything? Oh, Microbial Shroud goes down as well. Who the hell thinks of Microbial Shroud in that situation? Beautiful defense by SERRAL. The Mutalisks here are going to be taking on the Hydras, and they will win the fight. But at what cost? The ground fight was so bad for Reynor, so good for SERRAL. SERRAL's going to dive across the map and look for damage. Will he be able to find it before those Mutalisks shut these units down? Ling's going to go for a run by at the same time. Oh, wow, the Lings on the drones is so good. Roach is trying to fight. The Queen Sporkroll are doing really well. Mutas are going to clean this up eventually. The Lings got 15 drones. Splitting those Lings across the map, massive, because Lings are so much better at doing run-bys than Roaches are. That being said, SERRAL splits into 3 mineral lines and says, hold my Roach D-bag. Shuts down so many workers. 14 drones going down. 3 more Roaches running back into this base on the right side as well. SERRAL's multitasking out of control right now. Reynor is going to need to try and recover on pure army while squeezing in a 5th hatchery for like a 5th base at some point. That being said, SERRAL's economy is in the dumps. Only 46 workers. He never built a big economy. He's been stuck on 2-1 upgrades, but he does have a Viper on the way. And if he can land a Parasitic Bomb Fungal combo in the middle of the Mutalisks, it could turn this game completely around. Roaches on the right, Roaches on the left, and he has not reset his defense. Reyn is looking for his next timing attack. This is a brilliant move because he needs to go for an attack. He can't turn and defend. But this pulls back a lot of his army. The Overseers are a bit slow. He does have Overseer speed now, at least. He's going to get rid of that 1 Roach, but look, it buys time for the buddies to escape. Mutas will fly into the main base, though. He's going to click on that Spore Crawler. Oh, there's another Spore there, though. He's not watching it. Oh, he's going to take care of it. Okay, get care of it. Big damage. But he's got to watch out for those spells. Reynor gets only 4 drones, pulls away. Oh, but the Banelings! The Banelings on this side, and he got a lot of drones with the bounce damage there as well. And now he's down here. The first Fungal misses. The Wombo combo lands. Will it be enough? The Parasitic Bomb in the middle. Oh my gosh. So many of those Mutalisks go down, but SERRAL's down to his last legs. He's only on 30 workers. Despite landing that spell combo, the Mutiling Bane is just so fast. It's so hard for the Hydra Infestor Viper to be everywhere it needs to be. These Mutalisks, though, do need to get out of there. More Lings running in the left side. Roach Hydra deflects. Right side, Roaches deflect. Great defense for SERRAL. And remember, Reynor is not super duper rich. He cannot afford to throw all these Mutas away because SERRAL's ahead in army. Oh my god, is SERRAL still going to win? What? There's not enough anti-air? I mean, there's plenty of anti-air. There's only 16 Mutas. He's trying to rebuild drones. That's not the right move for Reynor. He needs just Lings and Mutas. I can't believe it. SERRAL may have weathered the storm on 27 workers with the income right now of a small island nation that their economy exists on selling coconuts. Somehow, SERRAL is like, look, the upkeep of this army alone is killing me, but maybe finding a way. I think he needed to push, though. I think he needed to force the fight. He pulls home. Reynor being so good with his Ling run bys. The Roach is still running circles around the main base. Reynor's activity rate keeping him alive and buying him the time that he needs. SERRAL is thinking, I need a Viper. I need the units to counter yours. But I think he may have just missed a window. Then again, attacking into Banes on creep is so hard. Like, I don't know. Could he have broken him? I don't know. Right now, though, income very bad for SERRAL. He needs the Fungals of the gods. These Infestors need to get out of the ground, man. Yeah, I think he was keeping them burrowed so he could try to pop up and trap the Mutas, but Mass Ling run by on the right side. Ling's in the left. Oh, man, this is brilliant play. Reynor's all over him. Reynor's got him in the bag. And it was a really clever way to open the series. You know, I remember back in the day when SERRAL said he hates when people gamble against him. Well, there ain't more big gambles. There ain't many gambles bigger than trying to go straight Mutas in ZVZ currently. Because if SERRAL did commit to a Roach Bane attack, this does not work out. I think Reynor is going to be more prepared for a Roach Bane commitment from SERRAL in game 2. And we'll see if SERRAL can maybe anticipate the anticipation of that and play some Ultra Mind games. Fly straight past the Roach. Mutas are going in. There is one Viper, 2 on this map. Parasitic Bomb Energy, I think, is available. Here they are. You know, so he doesn't want to throw it in isolation. If nothing else is happening, it's too easy for REYNOR to split the guy out. Bane's continuing to roll in right now. Going after these drones. Mutas are in the main base at the same time. Roach is starting to attack over here. The Mutas are going to go for the Hive. Oh, Hive going down means no more Viper attack. Those 2 Vipers are absolutely sacred now. These drones going to try and evacuate. A Baneling rolls in and says, let me help you guys. Burrow! He has Burrow! I didn't realize he had Burrow. That's amazing. With no Overseers, those Roaches can't find the economic damage they need. Another hatchery goes down. Mining, no longer there, but REYNOR, careful. Fungal Parasitic Bomb does land on a handful of his Mutas. Beautiful split away, though. And REYNOR staying active. Mutas starting to get on top of these burrowed Roaches as they do try to burrow and regen as they move away from that. Roaches in the natural as well. The economy of REYNOR is getting hurt, but I think a base trade tends to favor the Muta guy. Even though spores are good, when you've got this many Mutalisks, you just blast through them. So I think at this point, you just don't even try to fight front on. You just basically base trade with Lings and Mutas, and I don't know if you can defend. It's only 3 spores on that right side. The Mutas just need to go in, shift-click the spores, and it's lights out. And that's exactly what REYNOR's going to do. Yes, SERRAL's pushing into the natural, but REYNOR's not even trying to meet it. He's just cleaning up burrowed Roaches in the background. Yes, the Mutas do get a bit distracted there, but he eventually cleans it up, and he's going to go after those drones. These Mutas here evacuate the main. He knows it's not worth fighting over this. Bottom left base is there. Could rebuild Spire or Spawning Pool, depending on what he wants to do. A few drones do hide in the top right. All right, REYNOR's going to lose a lot of workers, but I think he may have this game 1 in the bag. SERRAL down 50 supply. That's the greatest player of all time effect. When you're down 50 supply, the caster still says, oh, well, maybe you're losing. I'm not sure. Your name is SERRAL. Viper's going to fly to a Spore Crawler. Oh, that hurts. Ouch. Youchy, youchy, youchies, guys. Obviously, a bit too much going on in these chaotic situations. Your minimap is just absolutely lit up with attack alerts. It's like a Christmas tree. Well, not really. It's more like a friggin' rave. I mean, your minimap goes crazy in situations like this, and it'll start to calm down a little bit now, but only so much. It's still just going to be an elimination race where, as long as REYNOR ran some drones across the map, which you can see he did, moves a drone out to build a hatchery over there. He's still got some drones in the main he could use to rebuild. Yeah, he's looking pretty juicy. SERRAL's got a pack of Hydra Infester. He needs to keep his extractors alive. Does he have any drones up, guys? He's got drones down here. He has enough money to build a few more extractors. He's losing everything else on the map. This Roach Hydra's going to go bottom left. But if SERRAL's Mutas isolate these units, they will be free kills. And I love the burrow micro here for REYNOR. Burrowing the drones, keeping it alive. So yes, you killed a hatchery, but can you escape? That's the big question. SERRAL's going to try and join everything up. He knows this army's going to get isolated. He's hoping he can at least trap the Mutas and the Lings down here. Of course, the Mutas can just fly away whenever they want to. And they're going to go for it. Oh my god, sprint, sprint, sprint. Watch out for the Infestors. He does go for it. I mean, there's a handful of Hydras and Infestors. There's not enough there. SERRAL has to tap out. REYNOR wins game 1. All right, guys. SERRAL does drop the first game, but he's got another chance here in Gressman. It's a best of 5. It's going to be Hatch first against Hatch first. All right. I'm really curious to see what changes in this game because we were having a big discussion between games. I said I think REYNOR will expect Roach Bane aggression and therefore will go for higher economy, like Roach Bane aggression. Like kind of like go for +1, go for 50 drones, 3 or 4 gases, and then just make like a ton of roaches off hatch tech. And if SERRAL commits to a Roach Bane while you're hiding the fact that you're doing this, like it's so good for you defensively. And then you can, you know, macro out of it and just have a massive advantage in the Roach War, probably game ending. Eon Blue in chat, you know, GM player, friends with SERRAL, he said, oh, I think won't be any commitment until after 55 drones. Like, there's going to be a bit of Link Bane skirmishing. He said, I expect a really just scouting and feeling each other out game. And I think that kind of makes sense because you've got this thing where on a simple level, like there are players who play kind of, you know, they're playing basic 2D chess. Oh, I did a greedy build. So, as Reynor, okay, haha. And then Serral's like, well, you did greedy build, now I all in you. And Reynor's like, but I played safe this game, so I'm ready. But then there's layers beyond that, where the players know that simple sort of, look, you played greedy, now you'll play like safe and economic. And then, maybe you'll go back to being aggressive. But then sometimes you double it up, right? Sometimes people don't expect the 2 fast punches in a row, the 2 really greedy builds in a row, right? Variation, surprising your opponent, unexpectedness is the name of the game a lot of the time. 2 lings coming in for Reynor. Oh, Reynor wins the fight easily. Serral derp in that one. Actually, this Overlord's taking a lot of damage. Oh, look at the way Serral moves to block the Queen, though, just for a second. To help that Overlord escape. Assuming the Queen's commit, though, they should be able to kill it. But that's a directional sight blocker. And Serral, oh, Reynor was too busy microing his lings. He lets it escape. Oh, that means he's missing injecting time right now and not getting the Overlord. Does push Serral's vision back a bit, but I think that's quite unfortunate for him. And he goes for a quick Roach Horn and a Bane Nest. So Reynor is going to do what I said, go for a Roach Bane, but he's going to do it way faster than I expected. In that he's going to put on Ling pressure, and then he's going to hit an attack off 25 drones, as all in as you can possibly go. Reynor is just looking to cheese the heck out of Serral here. And it might just work. And look at that, Serral sees the Bane Nest. He doesn't know, though. There's a Roach Horn behind it, man. Here comes the Ling pressure. Oh, Reynor's not Ling pressuring. He's just going to use it to deny scouting. Okay. 5 roaches on the way. Serral's got a super quick Roach Horn, though. He's playing safe. Very safe. He smells that there's chance. He doesn't know that this is happening, but he's like, could be something cheeky. Evo Chamber in the wall. Now that, big sign of greed. It's obviously a massive fake out. Reynor's going lots of roaches, lots of lings. Serral builds more drones, though. Oh, man. Serral building more drones could get him in so much trouble. This could get him in so much trouble. The Overlord did get sniped before, but here we go. Serral sees it. He's just built 6 drones. Oh, no. Oh, he cancels his Evo Chamber. Ling's going in for Reynor as well, just to create some chaos. Gets a Baneling snipe there with a single Zergling, sacrificing himself. Reynor's on 24 drones. He's beyond all in, guys. There's all in, and then there's literally, like, you've got to stab your opponent right now because you are starving to death. And that is Reynor. He needs to go. And Serral, supply blocked. He just taps. He was supply blocked, guys. Reynor with a crazy mind game. The building a bunch of lings and even defensive banes are just chilling. Just using it to deny scouting. Serral only had like 5 roaches and 6 lings. He knew he was dead. Reynor's up 2-0. Alright, guys. We've got Reynor down here up 2 games. And he's ready to keep that power going on Tokamak. Reynor in the bottom right side. Serral in the bottom left, sorry. Reynor in the bottom left. Serral at the top right. Now, keep in mind, guys, Reynor has the better spawn because notice how the lava always spawn in the bottom of the hatchery, which means they're going to be closer to the minerals. Whereas if we go to Serral's base, they have to walk slightly further. And there is a widely agreed upon thing, and it makes like a 0.2% difference, but it's easier to micro units at the top of your screen than the bottom of your screen. So normally when you're at the bottom of the map, you're fighting upwards, and you're usually microing more often in the top half of your screen, whereas the defending player has to micro from the bottom of their screen a bit more, and it's a bit harder. Does this sound stupid? Yes. Is it real? Kind of yes. It's very, very marginable. It's very marginal, both of these things. They do ever so slightly matter, especially here in a ZVZ. Oh yeah, sorry, the cameras are gone for both players, guys. I'm not going to bother screwing around. We're on a very basic production setup here. I'm on one small laptop screen right now, so I'm just going to leave those empty borders there. The players might be able to restart it, but Serral's on mobile internet right now, and I think Reynor's at his grandma's village in the woods. So I think they're both on pretty bad internet, and the way the camera setup for this tournament works is they have to, I believe, send out the signal to every single person who's getting a feed. So I think that means it's going to use a lot more of their processing power and their upload as well, which if your upload gets throttled, means you can't be sending orders to your units to move around, which is not good. So, yeah. It's always tough getting the cameras. Like, for me, when I do an event, when we do Pigfest, we literally just can't give the camera feed to anyone else because of the upload and processing issues. Because we run all of the upload for the cameras through our setup, but that means it's the same computer that I'm streaming on is like running everything. And I'll I'm saying that, as I'm saying that, I wonder if I'm completely wrong and that's an outdated way of thinking how it works. Not sure. Probably. Me pretending what I know about, I know what I'm talking about with technology is like, it's like, I don't know, your grandma insisting that she knows how a computer works. I don't know, something like that. While continuing to try to use it while the mouse is unplugged, you know. Sorry guys, we've been casting for a long time. My endurance is not there right now, but this is a really good series, so let's see what happens. Evo Chamber in the wall. Reynor's going to play +1 range here, I believe. He could go Carapace, but I think it's a +1 range. Roachhorn into second gas for SERRAL, very safe. Super upset by that supply block in the last game. Lings do get shut down. SERRAL Scouts not as good as normal. Reynor's been really good, and yeah, this is the +1. This is what I was expecting him to do last game, was a defensive +1 range opening. I mean, he could go Lair. He doesn't have to do it as an attack. But he could just go 50 drone, 4 gas, and just go for a giant, like 20 roaches with +1 attack. He builds a second and third gas, 1 in the main, 1 in the natural. He has a good, almost a wall off with that queen and the Zerglings there. SERRAL's going to go for 1 more gas. His own Evo Chamber's gone down, so he shouldn't be... I mean, he's going to be pretty far behind on the upgrade, though. 9 roaches on the way for SERRAL. He's committing. There's a fake Evo Chamber for him, guys. 12 roaches. But Reynor's gone for exactly the build I talked about in the last game. 47 drone. I said 45 to 50. He's gone 47. Hatch Tech Roach. It's such a good build because if you think SERRAL's going to go for a Roach Bane attack, this is one of the best ways to get ahead against a guy who's doing a Roach Bane attack. It's go for your own Roach Bane attack, but later with the better long-term upgrade. That's exactly what he's doing. He's going to see the roaches coming in a moment, but like Reynor doesn't even need to confirm this. He was already massing roaches. Yes, he's down 7 roaches right now, but with defender's advantage, his roaches are going to be ready. They're going to have +1 in just about 15, 20 seconds. What is it, 20 seconds? 15 seconds. Okay, the +1's not quite ready. Every second he buys is absolutely crucial. Lings. Oh, he gets a Ravager. Almost gets the roach. Not quite, though. It does force them off. Okay, there's a lot of Lings for Reynor to sacrifice before the fight starts, though. That was really good the way SERRAL pulled back, cleaned them up, and now goes for the fight. The Lings not really finding much for Reynor. The Baneling tries to get in the mineral line. SERRAL! He just taps out! He's tilted off the face of the earth! He's tilted! I mean, don't get me wrong, Reynor had the counter. He had the counterplay. SERRAL looks at that concave, and he's just like, he knows he couldn't break through. He should have pulled back. He should have tried to make a play of it. But he's like, wait, you have +1 range? And he just gives up. He just throws in the towel right there. Reynor with a 3-0. I guarantee you guys, Reynor's going to be a bit tilted. This has happened here and not in the $800,000 tournament. I can guarantee you that he would have rather get this 3-0 in the World Championship at $800,000 tournament. But dude, GG, well played. Very cheeky strat in game 1. Got momentum. Massive all-in game 2. Big cheese there. You could say he cheesed game 1 and game 2, depending on how you look at it. It was a tech eco cheese into Mutas. Game 2 does the biggest all-in he can possibly do. And then he goes for sort of like a more defensive timing attack that he could have turned into his own good attack, but it was a complete hard counter to what SERRAL did. And that's what makes it a really good build with how you've played that game 1 and game 2. Reynor's set planning there was absolutely mint, and he goes to the grand, not the grand, but the upper finals against Clem. SERRAL goes down to the losers bracket. GG, well played.